Yo, it's your boy 1D215 back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the power of silence. Silence can be a dangerous thing. You ever heard the term gangsters move in silence? Yeah, I know a lot of y'all might have thought that was just a fictional phrase that people use because it sounds good. But it's so true. It's so true. And not even on no tough stuff, because we beyond the toughness at this point. Us men that, us people, not just men, us people that lived our lives and been through the ringer and been on this great earth for some decades. You gotta be somewhat tough to even make it through all those years, especially nowadays, especially mentally tough. But what I'm talking about is it's dangerous because you can't really figure out a quiet person. A quiet person moves strategically, speak when spoken to, for the most part only. You might think a quiet person is weird. You might think a quiet person ain't all the way there, but they there. They there. They just speak when spoken to. Or when something is brought to them that they feel as though they need to speak on, they speak on it. But they not going all around, chatting over here, in the mix with this, in the mix with that. They naming this, they naming that. Silence is a weapon. It really is. Being one of those ones that's not silent could be a person's downfall. You ever hear that person that's always in something, always got their name in something? They're the people that usually keep shit going and got their 2 cents for every little thing, whether it got something to do with them or not. Those people can't stay out of their own way. But a quiet person, a silent person, you rarely hear about them in anything. I like to think of it as materialistic, because a loud person like to dress loud, like to act loud. They carry themselves in a loud demeanor and way. What it's for? Who knows? It could be for validation. It could be because they don't think they are who they say they are or who they portray to be. So they gotta act loud. They gotta move loud. Because if I don't move this way, what am I? But I'm putting up a persona that I am this when I'm really this. So let's move loud. Let's move brash. Let's move arrogantly. Let's do all those things that one deems, that one might frown upon, but I'll get the respect. In their eyes, they getting the respect that they need and deserve. But what they are doing is making themselves a target. Silence is a weapon. So if you one of them people out there, like myself, that move silently, don't take that for granted. It's just a powerful thing that you hold within you. You don't have to act out on everything. You don't have to wear a bunch of fancy jewelry and fancy clothes all the time for your ego. You don't have to act like you got a lot of women or a lot of men, for my ladies out there. That's a new movement too. Women, what was once frowned upon, women are acting on, and there's a flex now to have a bunch of men. Different story, different video. But when you move strategically and in silence, People can't figure you out. They don't know what angle you on. You might not be on the angle at all. You just being yourself. They can't line you. They don't even know how to rebuttal to the things you do say because they used to you not even talking at all for the most part. And when you do speak, it's all ears. Because what's about to come out of this person's mouth must be they barely talk. They barely put their input on anything. So we gonna listen now. That's the power of silence. Like I said, I like to think of it as loose change. All these guys out here that's flaunting and flexing, and they need that for their inner self. That makes them feel good and important. Some of the biggest billionaires in the world that you might not know by face, but you might heard their name before. You see them, they not flashy. They ain't got a rollie on their wrist. They don't have a big ass Baka chain on their neck. They not pulling up in the Lamborghini, but they got it. That's that quiet money. Change make a lot of noise. You jingle change in your hand or change in your pocket, it's loud, ain't it? But bills don't make no noise. $100 bills make no noise at all. It's real quiet, right? When people feel as though they need to show their wealth, they not really wealthy at all. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the fruits of your labor. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, because life is short enough. You got to enjoy yourself the right way. But when you feel as though you need to flaunt and flex everything at all times, you ain't wealthy. You just trying to be wealthy. Being quiet is dangerous. It just is. Quiet people are observant. We observers. We don't need to talk. We don't need to pull up. We don't need to flex, flaunt, or what have you. You get it how you get it, and you move on. And you keep getting it. When you feel as though you gotta post and repost and rehash and retweet and that's not flexing. That's a person trying to be something that they're not. And even if they is that person, they trying too goddamn hard. Especially for the men out there. We all know women gonna be women. They don't get a pass either. But women gonna be women. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But for us men, we ain't. If you know you getting it, the only person you gotta prove is to yourself. You don't have to prove it to no one else. When you comfortable in your own skin and know your capabilities and the things that you done and willing to do and seen, you ain't got to show that to the masses. You don't. Only when you comfortable in your skin. See, because when you're not comfortable in your skin, you feel as though you got to prove and reprove. And it's like over and over, you never proven yourself enough. And then people get used to that way of thinking, and now they want to see you all the time flexing. It can't just be a nice birthday weekend where you flex. It got to be all the time, because this is what you do. When the next post from One Deep? We want to see where he at. We want to see what he pulling up in. We want to see what crazy restaurant he at this time. What 5-star this he at. Did he pull up the Gucci? Did he pull up the Louis? What bags he got? This is what they think. of a subject on that type time. They looking for the next flex. But when you know what you got, how you get it, and what your mindset is, you ain't worried about showing nobody what you did. Or this was my weekend. This is what I did for my birthday. This is what I did in May. This is what I did in April. I did that. Yeah, that's what I'm about. The power of moving in silence is a tricky one. It really is. And there's a power, because a lot of people can't move it. They can't help themselves. They got to show somebody. Somebody got to know I did it, or else it don't count. So if I did this, if I went to this restaurant, or I took this flight to this place, what does it mean if nobody know it? What does it mean? Nothing. It means nothing to them. Those are the weak-minded individuals that we live amongst. But when you got that power of silence, can't nothing trump that. Can't nothing trump it. I'm the type, boy, I don't even, if I did, and I haven't, but if I did take a crazy flight to a crazy destination, I don't even want nobody to know I went. Like, besides my loved ones, and they barely even really got to know, but okay. Yeah, I went to such and such. Oh, all right, you had a good time? Yeah, it was all right. That joint was... But why am I spreading it amongst the world? For what? What do I want people to perceive me as? This what? What does that make me? That since I went on a flight and went to a crazy destination, what does that make me? What props? Like, y'all know me. I get baffled sometimes with some thought process. What does that make me since I went to the airport, went on a flight, and went across seas to Dubai? What does it make me, though? I'm really, it's not rhetorical. Y'all get in the comments. Y'all tell me, what does that make me now? Since I did that, now I'm a what? It sounds like a crazy ass question, don't it? It's real crazy. It's crazy to me too. We live in the world of follow the leader. And when somebody do something, we just gotta do it too. Ooh, I wanna be him. Ooh, I wanna be her. They having fun. I have to do that. Shh. Move quiet. Move quiet. Because it ain't going to change nothing about your inner self. Nothing. You just want to prove to yourself that you're not a lame. I don't resort to that. If I know I did it, that's all that matters. Nobody need to know how I move, what I make, what I got on, what I'm about to go buy, what I might grab, what I'm thinking about copping, who I'm thinking about fucking, who I'm... And to me, it's way more peaceful this way. Way more than a bunch of Tom, Dick, and Harrys knowing my every move, every post, every location, every drop, every bitch, every nigga, every this, everything. The most flashiest people is the brokest. And I don't think I'm telling no secrets with that. The most flashiest people ain't got no food in their refrigerator. The most flashiest people is back on their rent. The most flashiest people ain't done nothing for their kids and I don't know how long. It's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. These guys out here moving ain't seen their kids. But you pulling up to wherever. You there, but you can't be there. Make it make sense. Some people just gotta shut the fuck up and move in silence. Life ain't about impressing other people. It's not. And until people start seeing that, they'll never be happy on the inside. Because it's a never-ending cycle. You can impress people on this level, now you gotta go up. Now you gotta go up. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. What is it for? Where's leaving you? You still stuck. There's no boundaries with anything. You can know where I'm at, know what food I consumed, know every single thing about me, and it's okay. What happened to boundaries? People don't have them no more because they can't shut the fuck up. Everything about them, you can find out right on your computer. You can pull up a profile of them and see where they've been, every person they've been with, every location, every plate, every whatever. It's not moving quiet. There's nothing about that quiet at all. It's very loud to me. Don't kill a messenger. I'm just speaking my shit. What do I know? Probably nothing. Let's end it right there.